And good afternoon, I'm Connie Leonard. We begin with a house fire. Crews are working to gain control of right now in the Merriweather neighborhood. Fire crews tell us they got the call at 11 this morning to a two-story home at the 1500 block of South Hancock Street. That is a few blocks away from Preston Park. Crews say it took 30 minutes to gain control of this fire with the help of 35 firefighters. People were inside that home and were able to get out. That's the good news. No one was hurt. Arson is now taking over that investigation, we're told. Major traffic backups have impacted several drivers all morning into this afternoon on I-64 eastbound at the Watterson. LMPD tells us that they responded to a call of a semi-tractor trailer tanker holding gasoline that had overturned and was blocking all lanes. Approximately 4,000 gallons of gasoline spilled all over the road, causing several crews to be on the scene cleaning for the last couple of hours. The leak has been contained by emergency crews, and we believe there is no hazard to the public. No other vehicles were involved, but as you can imagine, that caused a major traffic tie-up as that area is right next to the shopping malls. The cause is unknown at this time. The roadway will remain closed until further notice. Traffic is being forced off of Cannons Lane and the Watterson westbound while crews attempt to clean up that mess. And make sure you have the WHAS11 app push alerts on so you can be notified as soon as we know that all lanes are back open today. Right now, a former assistant band director at the Academy of Shawnee is facing charges for rape and sexual abuse. Police believe it happened over a span of 3 years. WHAS 11's Taylor Woods and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie talked to a concerned parent who has a child in band class.
I am Mr. Sear Wilson. I teach band and general music here at the Academy of Shawnee.
Sear T. Wilson, a former assistant band director at the Academy of Shawnee, is behind bars at Louisville Metro Department of Corrections. He's charged with rape and sexual abuse for a series of incidents between August 1st, 2017 through June 30th, 2020. And this was his role with JCPS. He was employed by JCPS in January of 2020.
This is scary. This is real scary because it's hitting real close to home for me.
This is disturbing for Shawnee High parents like Nicole Friendly. Friendly's son is a freshman at the Academy of Shawnee.
My son is in band. I went to his band class with him, and for it to be a JCPS teacher, period, that worries me, and it should worry JCPS too.
JCPS has reassigned Wilson from his band and teaching duties pending JCPS policies and procedures and the police investigation. It's unclear if the incidents involve students.
You just can't do stuff like that. You gotta screen your applicants better. I mean, you got to, for the sake of our children, please.
Taylor Woods, WHAS 11 on your side.
Wilson is currently being held at LMDC on a $10,000 bond. He's expected in court January 8th. There have also been questions about Wilson's past with Ballard High School. JCPS says, according to his resume, he was a marching band ensemble coordinator at Ballard from 2017 to 2019. This was in connection with the band boosters and not JCPS employment. And the band director at Bullitt Central High School has been fired. This comes after a police investigation found at least 8 possible victims of inappropriate behavior. The school district says Rodney Stoltz has been on non-teaching duties this school year after Shepherdsville police informed the district that multiple former students reported alleged criminal activity spanning from 2013 to 2022. The Bullitt County attorney says those allegations included kissing, having students sit in his lap, and inappropriate communication. But we've learned charges will not be filed. That's because the county attorney says some acts happened outside of Bullitt County, and the statute of limitations for a misdemeanor offense is 1 year. The case is now closed. An Indiana man arrested in November for child sex crimes is now facing similar charges in 2 more southern Indiana counties. Indiana State Police began investigating Eric Riggs this past September. An ISP detective says he received information about possible child molestation and sex crimes in Washington County. Now authorities have expanded their investigation and say Riggs is facing additional charges in Clark and Scott County, those including child molestation, incest, and child exploitation. Bryce Rhodes, who's now convicted in 3 murders, could learn his fate today. His sentencing took most of Tuesday afternoon. The sentencing phase was primarily filled with impact statements from the family of victims, Christopher Jones, Larry Ordway, and Maurice Gordon. Now, those 3 were murdered by Bryce back in 2016 by Bryce Rhodes. A jury found Rhodes guilty on 3 counts of murder, 2 counts of abuse of a corpse, and 1 count of tampering with physical evidence earlier this week. Prosecutors said while those counts are what Rhodes was on trial for, these were not his first criminal offenses. They said he has a long history of crime dating back to 2009, including domestic violence, armed robbery, assault, and violating parole. Rhodes' family asked the court to take it easy on him due to his history of mental disabilities. But the victim's family members, like Sean Jones, told the court what Bryce Rhodes did has impacts well beyond 2016.
My brother was a good man. He didn't deserve for his life to be taken. You know, for him to grow with his sons and his daughter and try to get to know or even get to know his granddaughter. He'll never have that.
The processing of information, the retention of information, just some cognitive things. We've always been connected. We are still connected. I love Bryce forever.
Rhodes is not going to face the death penalty, but he could still be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. LMPD needs your help identifying these men. They're accused of stealing construction supplies. The department posted on Facebook saying these 3 men have been hitting construction sites for the past 2 weeks. Take a good look there. They've racked up about $100,000 in copper, stainless steel tubing, and HVAC units. Now, if you recognize them, you're urged to call the anonymous tip line, that number 574-LMPD, or use the online portal. A pharmacy tech is facing charges after being accused of stealing patients' prescriptions. According to court records, Melanie Rodriguez worked at the Walgreens on 3rd Street. Metro Police say she would delete prescriptions of Schedule II drugs, which include Oxycontin and hydrocodone, and take them for herself. Now, detectives say security footage shows her stealing more than 3,000 doses. She's charged with theft, trafficking a controlled substance, and falsifying medical records. Metro Police are also asking for help finding this man. 51-year-old Raymond Ewing has been missing since December 18th. Now, police say he was last seen on Bradley Avenue, that's in the St. Joseph neighborhood. At the time, Ewing was wearing a khaki cap, a dark green coat, red and blue pajamas, and white shoes. Police also say he has mental health issues and needs medication. So if you know anything, you're asked to call the tip line 574-LMPD, or you can also call 911.